everyone. It's Kelly, and we're having more technical problems. Wouldn't you just know? I don't know what's happening, but Zoom is not live feeding to Facebook for me very well. There must be a setting or something that shifted, and I cannot figure out how. So what we're going to do is I'm going to attempt right now to just bring in Jenny, because I really want you guys to meet her tonight. She's such a lovely lady, and I just love her books. So give me just a minute, and we're going to try to add her. Of course, I'm not sure how to do that. Hold on. It's been a while. They've changed all this. Okay, I see how to do it. She's going to probably have to come on here. Danielle, would you mind messaging our guest tonight and just tell her to get on this page? Because when she's on this page and she's watching, I can add her. So anyway, hello everyone. Thank you so much for coming tonight. We're like I said, we're dealing with some technical difficulties as usual. But until I see her come on here and I can add her, let's just visit a minute. I wanted to tell you about my new do and tell you about how it all came about. I had COVID back in September, and it wasn't anything that put me in the hospital or anything, but it was a bear. I mean, it really put me down, and I had fatigue for weeks afterwards. And then I got well, and I thought, well, okay, I'll weather that okay. In December, I noticed my hair started thinning, and lo and behold, I found out there was a rare, well, it's not even that rare because there's quite a few people that are having it, but people who lose their hair after COVID. And I got to be one of the lucky ones. Maybe because I had brain surgery years ago. But anyway, I lost my hair. So luckily, I live in Dallas, Texas, and I was able to, there's Jenny, so I'm going to bring her up. But I was able to go to a wig shop and get me a new wig. So this is not my hair, but they did really well, didn't they? Okay, I'm going to bring Jenny up. Okay, I just right. So anyway, I went into this wig shop and they fixed me up, and I ended up buying 6 wigs. I have blonde ones, I have red ones, I have brunette ones. So you never know, maybe in the next live I'll be blonde. I am bringing Jenny up on camera. It says bring them up on camera, so let's do it. Oh, it's not letting me. They can't be added to your broadcast while a user is connecting. Okay. Oh, I hate technology. Oh, there it goes. Yay. There she is. We did it, Jenny.
I tell you.
You know what? We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. Okay,
yeah,
let me see
I think you might have something going on with your microphone. Because that was the issue that we were having with Zoom. We couldn't hear each other. Oh, she left. Let's try it again. Ugh. Carol says, I wouldn't have ever known that was a wig. Thank you, Carol. I know, I think they did so well. I mean, it really, and it only weighs like 3 ounces. And it has this little, stuff right here. You can't even tell. I was so impressed. So anyway, I just decided to go with it and have fun. And so I'm going to be wearing all these wigs. Alan told me that I could just buy whatever I wanted. So I did. I bought 6 of them. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun. So my friend Nancy Nagel, I see, is on here. And so I'm going to have her come to Dallas, and we're going to go to the wig store, and we're going to have fun. Maybe we'll have Nancy be a blonde too. Danielle said, I can hear her. Okay. And Nancy said, I can hear her. Well, I couldn't. Okay. So let's try again. If I can find her. There she is. Bring her up on camera. Okay. I'm getting this little message that says I'm all in, but I don't see her. Do y'all see Jenny on there? Because I don't see her. Huh. Hi, Debbie. Danielle, are you seeing her? Let me see if I can bring her up. Oh, it says it's adding her. Let's try again. There. Ah, okay,
Is it
I
work?
see her.
Does it work? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can't hear her. Can you hear me, Jenny?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can hear you.
She
Oh
says she
man,
can hear me.
and I cannot figure out.
So Danielle tells me she can't see Jenny yet. Oh, Carol says I don't see or hear her. Ah, we are having a bear tonight.
Oh man.
Well, we may have to reschedule this. It sounds like we're just having issues. So I'm sorry, Jenny. Man, we were just really trying to make this work. Nancy says, I can see and hear her. Okay, good. Danielle can see and hear her now. So they can hear you, Jenny. Can you hear me?
Hey. Yes, yes, yes. I can hear you
Jenny,
just
I'm
fine.
just going to let you talk. So I want you to tell them about your publishing journey, and I want you to tell them about your books.
Okay, all right. Well, my publishing journey actually came about. I tried writing probably back in the early 2000s and ended up putting it aside because trying to teach and do that was more than I could handle. But when I retired, I wanted to write, and I literally prayed for 6 months for a story. And one January morning, I'm driving to go take care of my grandson. And the night before, my husband and I had been watching um, Ken Burns' story on Vietnam. And it was like, I got this idea. God said, why do you have to reinvent the wheel? And he reminded me of the Bible passage I'd read that morning in Ruth. And I connected Vietnam and the story of Ruth. And I thought, what if I said it there? And that ended up being my first foray back. I reconnected with a friend who was a publisher, and she became my editor. And we came up with a publishing plan and went back to my first books and started all over. And so that was the Crockett Chronicles, but I only had 2 of those written. I had to write the 3rd one very fast, The Prodigal, and then release that. And then and in the process, before I end up releasing Relentless Heart, my cousin said, you know, your parents had that restaurant back in Kokomo in the 50s. Can't you see just doing a story about them? And I think she kind of had a love boat kind of idea about it. But I started writing that, and it ended up being Tales of the Hobnob Annex. And the tagline is true stories about or made up stories about a real place, sort of. And I've had wonderful fun with that. And that one you can get free on my website, just saying. You can get that one free there. But it's really my parents' restaurant, and it was a lot of fun. And part of it actually happened. So, but then Relentless Heart came out, and I had set half of it in Vietnam, and like the first 4 verses of Ruth, that's the first half of the book. And then when she comes back, she comes to Indiana, and I made up a town just outside of my hometown of Kokomo, and put the rest of the book together. And I thought that was going to be it, but the characters kept calling to me. So I did a novella based on the Boaz character's sister, and which was cute, and it was called Wedding Bell Blues. And then, but in the process of doing my research for that, I rediscovered the fact that Boaz's mother was Rahab. And I got wondering, what would have been going on in American history that would coincide with Rahab's story? And I learned about the Bonus Army encampment from the World War I vets that encamped in Washington, D.C. And that just kind of triggered everything. So I came up with Relentless Joy, which was the next book. And then I had a lot of people who would come back and say, but I want to know more about the reporter. And because I started the first book in 2068 with the president, David Salem. as the president, and their interview, and he tells her, if in order to understand, you're going to have to go back 100 years to a place once called Saigon. So they wanted to know whatever happened to the reporter and what happened to the president. So, and I kind of felt like the Naomi character needed her story too. So I wrote another novella called Silver Bell Christmas, and that wrapped it up with her story. And then I put in the epilogue, I wrapped all the stories up together with the president and the reporter. So I really fell in love with those characters, and I didn't want to leave them. And I'd started writing a story it was to honor the people I work with making prayer shawls. And we meet, some people knit, some people crochet, and I'd come up with a story for that, and it ended up being a split time. But I really wanted to go back to Kokomo.
You know, Jenny, can you hear me? I mean, I can't hear you, but okay. I'm going to ask you some questions.
Okay.
I want to know, when you very first earned some money writing, what did you do with your very first earnings?
I think I just put it back into the business. Because I probably paid for a cover or paid for, everything went back because it was coming in so small. At first, it just takes a long time to build anything up, and it's still taking a long time to build it up. But yeah.
So another question. I can't hear you, so I may be talking over you, but another question is, which do you like writing better? Do you like writing the first chapter better or the last chapter better?
The last.
The last.
The last. But it's close. It's close. I like the first two. That gets me excited. But the last is like, yes. I'm hoping all the animation will help you understand what I'm saying.
So now I want to know, what was the very first book you ever read that made you cry?
Oh, I was in grade school, and I got to work at the library in the summer, and I got first shot at all the new books. And there was a book called Word of Honor, and it was about a horse that gets hurt, and they were going to put it down, but this kid came in and he saved him, and he came up with a way to keep the horse stable so that the leg could heal, and it would never be a running horse again, but it lived, and it was able to carry a foal and all. And I cried. I did cry in that book. That was the first one.
Okay, and another question. When you feel kind of dry and you sit down to write at the computer and there just isn't anything coming, what do you do to get your creative juices flowing?
I have a couple things. The first, I will play games on my laptop. I play mahjong, and putting things in order just kind of helps me. It's just a way of sorting, and it just kind of clears my mind. The second thing, I'll turn on music. Music is big for me, especially oldies. I love the oldie stations. I love listening to Motown or Beach Boys or Beatles. Lots of those songs. I really love the music, and it will get my creative juices. I think, well, what would that look like in a book? And that's how I came up with Weather Girls, was listening to that.
So what do you find about being an author gives you the greatest joy?
Oh, connecting. I have to tell you that when I get people responding to emails or newsletters or connecting on Facebook, I love that. I'm 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 still going, why would you take the time? Because I'm so thrilled. And I answer, if someone emails me, I answer it. And I'm happy to send out, bookmarks, book plates. I just, email me, I'll send them out. And I love connecting other authors with readers too. So I'll do reviews and like we're going to do, on the next newsletter, we've got our Q&A coming up. So, which reminds me, I think I still need to send you the questions. So, and
You know,
so that's,
I watched I want to urge all of you to go to Jennifer's website. Go ahead right now and give them your website address.
okay. It's www.jenniferlyncary, and that's Cary, like Cary Grant, .com. So just jenniferlyncary.com.
Great. On that website, you will see she's got a couple of book trailers posted, and I watched the one for this weather series. Oh, it was so cute. And one of the things that I got really excited about was her characters. I could almost start to envision her characters. So I want to know, and I want you to tell our readers what the process is that you go through to create your characters. Do you go to a magazine and cut out pictures? Do you fashion them after people you know? Tell us how you create your characters.
My characters get molded in my brain for a long time. I I see them, I hear them, they start to take on pictures. Sometimes I will go on and look at pictures. Sunny, I kind of pictured a young Shelley Fabre. Stormy was kind of a Meredith McCrae. And Wendy was Peggy Lipton, from Mod Squad. I could see them. And once I can start seeing them, I start to get the cadence of their voice, and just I can feel them. And so there are times when I'm doing, and I'm thinking, how would they see this? What words would they use to describe it? And I just let them kind of talk through me, and it seems to work. So
Yeah. So out of all of your books, which of your characters is the character that your readers love to hate?
oh. Mm.
Do you write any bad characters, mean characters?
I do. I think the latest one is Chris's cousin Ralph. He was just so obnoxious, and he was a real hippie, and then he tried to blame Chris, and he tries to get all sorts of problems, and he never stops trying to cause trouble. So I think that was like people wanted to just flip him.
That's excellent. Oh, we have so enjoyed having you with us, Jenny. I want to, and I'm sorry about the technical issues. I still can't hear you. So when I'm nodding, I'm just pretending like I can hear you. But we have a few things that I want to do to wrap up. One of the things is you've graciously offered a giveaway. So why don't you tell everybody about the giveaway and how they will enter and when you will announce the winner?
Okay. I am working on this right now. So although I will choose the winner tomorrow, it's going to take a few days before you can get it. I will send it to you, but I am putting the Weather Girls into a box set, and so you will get a box set of all three of the Weather Girls books, an ebook set, and then at the back there will be a link to a cookbook, because in the story, Hazel, the grandmother, is a cook, and we talk about her cookies and her meals through all the books. And what's cool about this is that some of these recipes have come from other people. I've had email from readers, and I'll share different desserts and cookies and things. So you're going to get a chance to see all that, and there'll be a link in there for that book too. So it'll come out to be 4 books, and but it's a box set. So that's what I'm going to do.
Oh, perfect. Good. Well, now you all know why I wanted to bring Jenny here on She's Reading. She's a great author. She writes wonderful books, but she's also a good friend of mine. We met years ago, didn't we, at American
Yes.
Christian Fiction Writers? And we've been, we lost contact for a little bit, but we've been friends for years. And when last November, we were able to connect again in Las Vegas at the 20 Books Writers Conference, and we went to dinner together with a bunch of friends, and we just had so much fun. And I knew that I wanted to bring her on here and let you all have the joy of meeting her too. So Jenny, thank you so much. And again, I apologize for the technical difficulties, but we've just learned around here, we just roll with them. So you all heard how she's giving away her prize, and you've all learned how to enter, and you've all learned how she's going to give it away and announce. So that'll be good. Before we go tonight, I want to tell you just about a couple of things. On next week, on Thursday night, January 20, my next book in the Maui Island series releases. And we were just cooking up some really fun things to do. By now, you've all met my new assistant, Danielle Woods. And I'm telling you, she is amazing. And she's a party girl. She has put together some plans for us that we're going to have so much fun. We're going to have a luau. So Jenny, come join us for the luau. We're all going to wear our tropical shirts, and we're going to post pictures. We're going to wear leis, and we're going to eat pineapple, and we're going to play games and just have a really good time. So I hope you'll all join us next week. We'll be posting memes up, and then Danielle will be letting y'all know about it. But come plan to join us next week, because there's going to be some really nice giveaways. One of the things that I'm going to give away to somebody who attends live is for those of you who have read the Maui Island series, you know that I have connected with the people from Maui, Maui. It is really based on the place called Maui Pineapple. And I've been in contact with them. They're the place where I did all my research, and they have agreed to let me send a Maui sweet pineapple to my winner. So they're going to ship a pineapple to you directly from Maui. So I know, isn't that fun? So you'll want to join us, because you might just be the one that gets that yummy pineapple. And then the other thing I want to tell you is 4 days later, another book set that I'm in with 10 other authors. In fact, we were here a few weeks ago, but I have grouped up with 10 authors. We are all put in full-length novels. So you get 10 full-length novels for 99 cents. The set is called Once Upon a Friendship. It's available on every retailer. Go ahead and get it at Amazon or Barnes & Noble. And in fact, it's on a special right now at Barnes & Noble, so you might want to make sure that you get it over there. And it releases next week, just 4 days after my book releases. And this is the wonderful thing. The proceeds are going to be donated to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. So we're just so tickled with that. And the pre-orders have been rolling in. We're going to be able to, send them a nice big check. But if you have not got your copy yet, spend $1 tonight and go over there and pop yourself a pre-order and get it, because it'll be delivered to your Kindle or to your reading device on midnight of that night on the 25th. So, and then I want you to make sure that you've all met Jenny tonight. So I want to make sure that you all go over and check out her books. She gave you her website. I didn't hear her say it, but I think it's www.jennylyncary.com. And check out her books. She's also on Amazon. You can follow her on BookBub and on Goodreads. I'm pretty sure she's got a newsletter you can sign up for. And she'll be here with us again, because all the authors that are our live guest chats become honorary members here at She's Reading. And every time they have a release, or we see that they've got a book on sale and we notice, we try to let you all know. So Jenny is now in our group of live chat authors here at She's Reading. So Jenny, again, thank you so much. And thank you all for coming tonight. I see a whole lot of names that I recognize. When I get off here, I'm going to go back on and I'm going to answer all of your comments. And then I'll even see more who was here. So again, thanks. And thanks for, putting up with the technical stuff again. I am going to reach out to Zoom directly, and I'm going to ask them what's going on and make them walk me through it, because obviously there's something. I think what happened is when I got my new Mac, something didn't transfer over. I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm not a technical person, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, good night for tonight. And Jenny, thank you for being here, sweet girl.
Bye-bye.
Take care, everyone.